Edward Albee's The Goat, or Who is Sylvia, is my absolute favorite non-musical play in the contemporary age. And I think the reason why I love it so much is that it really addresses the postmodern problem, which has everything to do with what is right, what is true, and turns it on its head. Because in essence, a play like The Goat would not have been written if it weren't for the ushering of the postmodern era. And what that is basically a response to what we've been discussing in theater surrounding modernism. So we have already been in a phase where we don't believe that there is an absolute truth in the universe. But what a lot of postmodern theorists would say is, well, how can we declare the truth that there is no truth? Doesn't that in and of itself act as hypocrisy? And that indeed, to say that there is no truth suggests a truth in and of itself. You can see maybe where that quandary is. So the combination of that philosophical issue, coupled with the civil rights movement, coupled with the LGBTQ movement, coupled with second and third wave feminism, a lot of these movements that really beget themselves in the 60s kind of has us think in a different way. That, yes, we believe that there isn't a master narrative, but now we also believe that there shouldn't even be a privileged narrative, meaning that the people that have been writing history, the people that have been writing the great books, the people that have been making art, well, have all been from a place of privilege. And should we really trust what they are writing as being universal for all? And that indeed, a lot of voices have not been heard because they have not been privy to the dominant culture. So then all of a sudden we see a lot of art and writing that starts to celebrate these more marginal voices. And that really complicates perspective because now we don't have any kind of universal law or what is absolutely right or wrong. And while that is very slippery and challenging to a lot of people, I actually think it's very liberating. And Edward Albee's play is very much about what is morality? How does it derive? Is there a universal precept for morality? Or do we need to construct it within our own purviews? Do we need to construct it within our own communities? Do we have to actually work hard to derive what it is in each circumstance that we find ourselves existing in? And while that is very tough, right? That takes a lot of work. Maybe Albee is suggesting that that's exactly what we need to do if we want to make a more just society. So I'm having us work on maybe the toughest play in terms of where we might situate our moral compass. Who in the play we think is the most morally efficacious? Who in the play is wrong? All of these things are kind of important to determine because it's not really clear-cut. And maybe instead of us trying to determine what the absolute right and wrong is in a play, we should negotiate what may be more right or more wrong for our own circumstances. So what that means is that we have to we have to really think complexly about the play. And we might even need to revisit the play. And we might even have to second guess ourselves. But in doing so, we're doing good work in trying to investigate what the play means to us at this particular moment, and this particular moment, and this particular moment. So take my rather abstract lecture here. Try to imagine how you can utilize it to benefit your own insights about the goat or who is Sylvia. Have fun.